Hi everybody, it's Carolyn again, and today is our fourth day before Christmas. It is coming close. I am so excited, and we've drawn quite a few Christmas things, and I hope you all have been enjoying them. Today, though, we're going to draw a snowman. Sounds pretty easy, and it is. And I'm just here to give you some tips and maybe drawing it a little differently than what you usually do. But as always, you are welcome to draw your style and your way of doing things. So as we go along, you can just add your special touches. But we are going to start out with a pencil guideline because we're going to draw over these guidelines a little bit. So snowmen, as you probably have made one out in the snow, can be as many balls high. I mean, you could make it 10 balls high. That would be wild. But ours is going to be 3 balls. So we're going to do 1. And I hope you can see that. And then we're going to do 2. So see how I kind of doubled up here, kind of went behind there? Because we want to make sure that he's sturdy. And here's 3. So we have 3 huge snowballs. Now what we want to do also is to make the ground go across and cut the bottom of this snowball off. So then we erase that. And now it looks like he's standing pretty sturdy on the ground. So there he is. Now we're going to start decorating him. The one thing that I would like to do with my snowman always is I want to make sure that they're warm. It is kind of funny to make sure that your snowman is warm because he'll melt if he is, but I still want to do that. So we're going to put a scarf on this guy. So what we want to do is we're up here near the neck, we're going to put an oval like that. And then we're going to bring the line, curve it, come down here, and bring the line back. And see, it's a little curved. And we're going to do the same over here. So basically we're giving him kind of like a collar. And we're going to give him the rest of his scarf. It's like right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is erase under the scarf. So that's why those guidelines are so good in pencil, because now we can do at least our scarf in ink so you can see it. There we go. Okay. So I always like to put a vest. I don't know why, but I do. I like to put a vest on my snowman. So a vest has 2 holes for his arms. So we're going to put a curve right there, and we're going to put a curve right there, okay? So those are the 2 holes for his arms. And then my vest, I'm going to, since it's straight, it's going to come down like this, and then we're going to curve that last line. And then it's going to come up. So it's almost like a U here. It just has a little corner right there. And then it goes across. This is going to be a V-neck. And then we're going to go over here and do the same thing. Like that. So if we were to do that in ink, we're going to go the little hole for his arm. which we haven't done yet. Gonna come around here. We're gonna do the V-neck, do another curve, do straight for the sides, and then like that. So if you take your eraser and you erase behind or under the vest, then you can see the vest more. There we go. And we could put buttons for our vest. So now we can see where the snow is, where the snowman's shoulders are. So once we have those shoulders, we can do like a stick. So you go straight out and you want to add just a branch. So you want to go up, and then just like our snowman the other day, we kind of double up so you can color it in. Another one. And then that's one of his arms. And then we can do the same thing over here. And then do that. And then maybe like this branch has an extra. There you go. Now if you want to be really fun, you can make like mittens on your arms right here, like this one and that one. You're welcome to do that. Now I'm going to finish off my circle here, and all I did was go right over my pencil mark, and I can go over my pencil mark here. There we go. So now it really looks like he's sitting in the snow. So we're going to erase that line too. So there's our snowman, at least the body of him. Now we're going to come up here, and I think he should have like a hat. So we're going to, if you put a hat on top of his head, you kind of cut his head off right there. You see how we did that? And we're going to go, this is going to be one of those long stocking hats where it comes all the way down, kind of like Santa's hat, but it goes back up. And then this side comes around here. So it kind of like goes behind him. And then if you want to, you can put a ball. And if you want to, you can do this like striped. You can have a polka dot hat. You can do whatever you want. I'm kind of curving my lines again just because that that scarf or the hat is round. And there we go. So there's our hat. Now also we can do, see how I just took my pencil marks and just made them ink so you could see them more. You remember the top of the head? We're going to erase that. We're going to erase right here too. There you go. So now we need our face. So usually every snowman has a carrot as a nose. So we're going to round, because the carrot is round, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to round the spot where his nose is going to go, and then we're going to make our carrot. We're going to go out to the side and then bring this one out to the side. But we rounded it so it looks like it's round. And if you want to make some of those lines, you know, that a carrot has, you can do that. And then his eyes can be just kind of different shapes because they're pieces of coal, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But guess what? He still needs those two dots, the dot in each one of his eyes. See how that makes it look like he's alive? And then if you want to, you can do little coal pieces for his mouth. And this one's going to go behind the carrot. So there is our snowman. Now, you can make his vest any way that you want to. I like to do the old, like the pattern for a quilt kind of, where you go one line and then you go two lines next to each other, and then you go one line and then two lines next to each other. I know there's a name for this pattern, I just can't think of it. And then one line. So then when you go up and down, you go down with one line and then two lines. You give yourself a little space and then one line. So I forgot what it's called. So you can do that. And on the others, you can also do a polka dot design or just squares. You can do whatever you'd like. So I'm going to finish this over here. But see, I have to go behind my scarf because my scarf is in the front. Like that. One. And then come over, do two lines. And then one line. So, so there we go. Now our scarf can be striped too. And your lines can be round because our scarf can be round. So this gives you more opportunity to color things in. So there you go. Now if you want the background, you can do another hill like that. And you can do, now you know how to draw trees. You remember we drew trees yesterday? Where you go like this, and then another layer, and then another layer. So we did these before, where we did Christmas trees. But they could just be pine trees in the background. Like that. We can do one over here. You can have it snowing. So you could do that. So that looks pretty fun. Lots to color in. You could make this as a card for your family or your friends. And the other thing I wanted to show you is I drew it and I put a mask. Since this is 2020, I did put a mask on his face, and you can do that too. You can just draw a line across right under his eyes, covering that carrot nose, and then a line across the bottom, and then two lines on the side. So you kind of form a rectangle. And you're welcome to put a mask on your snowman. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to do that, so I kind of left it up to you. So you can do the face or add the masks. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our drawing tutorial today. And I think it's supposed to snow. It hasn't snowed yet, so I sure hope we get enough snow to make a real snowman. But if not, we can definitely have a snow falling in our picture, in our imagination, and it makes it a beautiful scene. So have fun. I will see you tomorrow for 3 days before Christmas. So exciting. So have a good evening and happy drawing.